Charis Kai Irene. Grace and peace to you. My name is Abiut Sagaya and I'm teaching Biblical Greek. I have students in one of the seminaries in Ethiopia. So I help them go through the lessons. So what I do a video lesson every time or every week so that I help the students to go through the material. So this lesson is brought to you not as a full load course, but as a highlight. So these video lessons are not the full load of the study, but they are very helpful. Although they are very short, but they are very helpful. So anyone who wants to start his beginning Greek class, I hope he will find it helpful. So this is what I do every week. So I appreciate if you can go through the lesson and give me your feedback, your comments, and also don't hesitate to subscribe to this channel. Let's grow this channel so that people learn the Greek of the Bible, so that they will have the feel of the original language. So the Lord willing, we may keep adding lessons as we go forward, and I hope you will enjoy it. May the Lord bless you. Thank you once again. Charis Kai Irene. Grace and peace to you. Now this is Greek 1, Lesson 2, Part 4. Greek 1, Lesson 2, Part 4. Here we continue with examples and exercises for contract verbs. In the previous lesson, we have attempted to do the examples and the exercises for a regular verb as well as one contract form of verb, that is the epsilon ending verb, or whose stem ends with an epsilon. In the next slide, we will look at the remaining two verbs that whose stem ends with alpha and omicron. Follow me. Before that, let's continue reading from 1 John chapter 1. Ioannou alpha. Now, verse 3. Ho heurakamen kai akokamen. Apangelomen kai humein. Hina kai humeis koinonian ekete met humon. Kai he koinonia dehe hemetra metatu pateros kai meta tou hiou autou Yesu Christu. Exercise 2B, an example. Again, remember, I give you an example so that in the next slide you do the exercise based on this example. So please pay attention to this example. But whenever you are stuck in doing the exercise, you can come back to this example as many times as possible. B is this. Give the person a number of the following verbs. These are from 1 John. And what you need to do now at this point is to observe what contraction has taken place. You remember in the previous lesson, we talked about contraction. Contraction happens when two vowels are connected to each other, and certain verbs whose stem end with epsilon, alpha, or omicron vowels, they go through contraction. So, example 1, maratroomen, maratroomen, from maratreo, I bear witness. Now the answer here is, you have this one, it's supposed to be omen. If it was a regular verb, the form would have maratroomen, not maratroomen. Okay, no diphthong here. But because of the contraction, a diphthong happened. Sometimes a lengthen will happen. That we will see in the next slides. But for now, just observe what contraction has happened here for the verb maratreo, which we have maratromen. So let's take out the stem of the present indicative active form. Here is maratre. So it is a verb whose stem ends with an epsilon. Then now we attach or connect the first person plural personal ending in the present indicative active form, that is omen. So you remember the formula that you have seen in the previous lesson? When epsilon is connected to another vowel, that is omicron here, the result is the diphthong ou. So we have maratromen, that is, we bear witness. So what happened? The contraction happened due to the vowel connection between epsilon and omicron, resulting in a diphthong, that is ou, which gives us the first person plural of omen. That's the answer. This is how I want you to give your answer when you do the observation. Second example, poiomen, like the first example, poiomen, from poeo, I do. Here, the same contraction happened. The stem or root of poeo is poe. And when we add the connecting vowel of the personal ending omen, the result is a contracted verb. Here is a practical example. Poe, epsilon, plus the omicron vowel of the personal ending first person singular, omen, results with a diphthong, that is ou. So we have poiomen. First person plural, we do, or we are doing. I hope this is clear. So in the next slide, you will be asked to do an exercise. Okay, the same example that you will follow. Here is the exercise, exercise 2.2b. It will have 6 marks. So here what you do is you give the person a number of the following verbs in 1 John and observe what contraction occurred. Please follow the example in the previous slide. The verbs that were given for you to do the exercise are pripatei, poiei, lalosin. Exercise 2.3a, an example. Here comes another example with the other type of verb that ends with an alpha vowel in its stem. An example is agapeo. So give the 6 forms of the following verb together with the translation. And remember, here is the formula for you to follow. Like I said, for each example I give you, or I place the formula or the pattern right here, so that it will be easier for you to do the conjugation here. So the verb that was given for us here is zao, I live. So the root for zao is the, throughout the. Now then, we just bring the personal endings and attach to the stem, then see what contraction happens. For example, za plus omicron, za plus omega, that is alpha plus omega, will give you omega. You see, alpha plus any O sound, that is omicron, omega, another omega, or the OU diphthong, the result is OU. See, it will be lengthened. Okay, alpha plus omega, it's omega. So we have zao, I live or I'm living. Then how about za plus AE? Okay, AE is a diphthong. Here is the rule to apply. Alpha plus any combination containing iota will have the AE, okay, with the iota subscript. But remember we said when alpha is in the contraction, if alpha in the contraction, if the contraction involves alpha and epsilon, there will be lengthening. Okay, then we have already talked about when alpha is connected to any kind of epsilon, then the result is the lengthened eta. Okay, it's a long vowel, lengthened eta, with the iota. So we have this. Okay, and the next example is in the third person singular. So alpha plus an iota combination, then you have the, because lengthen happens. Again, alpha plus omicron will have a lengthened omega, omen. We live or we are living. Alpha plus epsilon, the result is zeta. You live or you are living. And alpha plus ou will have a lengthened omega. That is zosen. So this is an example for you to follow as you work on the exercise. Like I said earlier, pay attention to the examples whenever you are working on the exercises. Exercise 2.2, which will have 2 marks. Verbs ending with ou, like agapeo. So just follow the example in the previous slide and do the 6 forms of planao. I lead astray, the verb planao, which stem ends with an alpha. Okay, here comes the final one. Exercise 2.4, an example. Now, at this point, we'll talk about verbs ending with omicron, ou, like plereo. So here is the example. The question is, give the 6 forms and translation of the following verb. An example will be done using the Greek verb dikaio, I justify. And the pattern is placed here for you. Here are the stems and here are the endings. And notice throughout omicron is the stem ending, and throughout throughout the personal endings you have a diphthong and a vowel. So when omicron is connected to a long vowel, that is omega or eta, it remains omega. So dikaio. Then omicron plus any combination of iota will have ou. Here is the pattern. So dikaios. And dikao plus any combination of iota again, dikaio. And dikaio plus omicron, the result is ou, the diphthong, dikaiomen. And omicron plus epsilon, that is the short vowel again, the result is dikaiote. And dikaio plus ou, again, it's simple, dikaiosen. So just, work with this formula or rules, and there you will have easy go here. So dikaio, I justify, I'm justifying. Dikaios, you justify, you are justifying. Dikaio, she, he, she, it justifies or is justifying. An example has been given for you in the previous slide. Here you do the exercise following the example that was given for you in the previous slide. So the verbs that are given for you are plereo, I feel or fulfill, stauro, I crucify, and phanero, I make known or I reveal. So these are the verbs given for you to do the exercise following the example in the previous lesson. Good job! Congratulations! We have come to an end of lesson 2. Lesson 2 end is here. See you with lesson 3, which will talk about the future tense verbs in Greek. In that lesson, you will be introduced to new ideas. Until then, stay safe, stay blessed. Bye-bye.